Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. We're heading back into ESBR today with the EZA free-to-play LR Androids to see what they can do. Of course, we're going to have them linked up with like their best or one of their best linking partners in the EZA Android 17 that we literally used in SBR yesterday. I'm pretty sure they share 5 links together. The only thing that I didn't really want to happen, I didn't really want, was the fact that obviously these two, or them two, the LR androids, they obviously I don't typically like units when I'm kind of showcasing what they can do in even just a standard showcase video or taking them into these events. I don't like having them on support at all times or with a support unit at all times. More so when I'm using them in ESBR and Goku and Vegeta event, etc. Because I kind of want to show what they can do without help, without the support. You know, we've seen what they can do with the support in the showcase videos. The only thing though, well, that's two things, and it's one of them is one of the major things I like about the Androids categories. A lot of the units just support anyway, which is always good. You love a bit of teamwork on a team, right? You know, you love everyone backing each other, boost morale. But, yeah, I mean, it doesn't ultimately matter, but as I said, I like to kind of just show what a unit can do without any help, without any support. But unfortunately, this one you couldn't really escape, because I said one of their best linking partners is actually the EZA AGO Android 17. He is one of the best. I'm getting 5 links off. And unfortunately, he automatically supports. I mean, ultimately, it's not a bad thing, and if you're running him in any events, it's not a bad thing, and it's not really a bad thing here. As I said, I typically like not having a support when I'm taking them into like the harder events to see what they can do and they can do by themselves. But it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But as I said, they are the best linking partners anyway, so, or specifically he is the best linking partner anyway, so you can't really avoid it. Now in terms of ESBR, of course, we are in the versus super strength stage. That is because, again, as I mentioned in the EZA big 5 million attack stat, that is also attack and defense plus 30% from Android 13 twice. But the damage, I mean, to be fair, they do have type advantage, but the damage is nice. Obviously, the damage is not really what we're paying attention to. The actual damage done isn't what we're paying attention to, which is still going to be good regardless, because their EZA has honestly just reshaped this whole unit. I mentioned this in the showcase. The LR androids literally went from probably one of the worst units, definitely one of the worst free-to-play units, where kind of only having them was a flex, but at the same time it was like, well, if you did them, kind of just wasted your time because it was so bad. And now they're up there. Their EZA is very good, very, very good. It's crazy what EZAs can do to units, man. They can honestly revive a whole unit, no matter how old or how bad a unit is. Really, one day, man, I hope it's coming soon. One day, my boy, that Dokkan Fest transforming Goku Black will get an EZA and he will be absolute fire. Unfortunately, we have to wait for that day to come. But now we do have the rotation set. Videl is going to be dead soon. She's the final enemy left, so I'm going to keep them up front. Typically, you wouldn't run these on main rotation just because of the way they're set up. I mean, they can actually run on main rotation, but you definitely probably wouldn't put them in slot 1. Because you need them to be supering either the 12, most definitely the 18 key, which on an Androids category team won't be an issue. That's kind of what we got here as an extreme AGL team on an Androids and Target Goku team. But you definitely want them to be in slot 2. Probably most definitely slot 3 to get that, you know, all allies key plus 4 and defense plus 50% off. But you want them to be supering first. Obviously on 12 key they raise their attack and defense, and then on 18 key they greatly raise their attack and defense for the turn as well. Don't forget they also lower attack and defense on 12 and 18 key as well. But we are going to leave them in slot 1 right now. But as you see there, their starting defense before they do anything is 115k, which in ESBR isn't the greatest, which is why I said again, you do not want them in slot 1. But I kind of want to see where their damage is at, or how much damage they're taking up front. So 21k without supering, 6.1 million. To be fair, they are being supported by attack and defense plus 20, 25%, and 30% from Android 13. But even though we do have type advantage in this ESBR stage, regardless of the actual damage done, like you see the actual damage done in numbers isn't really what we're concentrated on. We've already done that. The main thing is, can they work in ESBR? You know, the numbers they're putting out as they're supering, the defense they have, they can still take big damage here, you know. But as I said before, I haven't actually done the androids category ESBR stage yet, and I want to do that as its own video. So that's why we're not in there. Not to mention, I can't do it in extreme only as well, because I want the Android 13 as the lead, because he's one of the best androids leads. Then I want the LR androids, who's also an AGL unit. You can only have max 2 of each, because then we're also going to have an Android 13 friend, which means we can't take the EZA Android 17 who links with them. So this is pretty much the best I could do. So, you know, we're just going to go with it. We should be good here. We should most definitely be good here. I'm actually attacking the wrong enemy, but it doesn't really matter. Do I pop an item? Is that needed? I don't think it is, so I'm not going to. But yeah, they are going to work really well in ESBR. As I said, in terms of slot 1, probably not where you want to run them, especially for when you're facing type neutral units. Most definitely, obviously, when you're facing type advantaged units. Slot 1 is definitely not the space for them. Slot 2 on main rotation, if you want to run them on main rotation, you know, consistently have a rotation where you're actually, no, you'll be getting that anyway. I was going to say where you constantly get the superclass enemies minus 78% defense. You'll be getting that regardless if they're on main rotation. But, you know, depending on how, you know, the team you're using, you know, how your box is looking, if you're running them on main rotation, if you either want to, or you kind of have to, because of the other units you have, they can still definitely work on main rotation. As already mentioned, they raise their attack and defense on 12 key. They greatly raise their attack and defense on the 18 key, which I'll be honest, if you're running them with him, never ever going to be an issue, because of course he does support giving key +2, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it gives key +2, which even without the key +2, they stayed their what? 2 key? No, they're 1 key sphere off an 18 key, I think. So you're never going to worry with key with this unit, ever. But I do think slot 3 is ideal. The fact they lower attack and defense is great for events like SBR and ESBR. Of course, they also get the attack and defense plus 78% when performing a super attack. They don't have a flat passive. So yeah, slot 2, if you're running them on main rotation, is ideal. You do not want them in slot 1, especially again with type neutral units. And most definitely type advantage units. But at least if you run them in slot 3, not only are you going to be having that superclass enemies minus 78% defense, which is huge, especially in an event like this, where you can lower defense. Because not only will you be lower attack and defense with them and probably other units on the team anyway, but then having superclass enemies minus 78% defense is huge, because that could easily help you get through a plethora of SBR and ESBR stages like a hell of a lot easier. But fortunately, you don't have to run them on main rotation for that. But this is what I mean about having them on rotation with this 17. With this 17 alone, they have pretty much every single link active apart from Shocking Speed, which doesn't really matter because it's only a key link and they don't need the key anyway. And then the other one they're missing is Legendary Power. So, I mean, you know, and the extra attack and defense plus what, 25% from this EZA 17? Yeah, 25%. As I said, most Android units support each other anyway, so having the extra support permanently on rotation is quite nice. Now, this 17 we used yesterday, and honestly, he was ridiculous. He is honestly phenomenal. What an EZA he is, by the way. If you don't have that unit EZA'd and you have him sitting in your box, you need to go EZA him right now. He is honestly amazing. Definitely deserves being called 17. He deserves the mantle, okay? Super 17 at this point is basically my mascot, just because it fits my name. So any other Android 17 unit is kind of like my child, and he deserves to be called my child. That's how good he is. Big 5.7 milli attack stat, even without the sport, that's still over 5 mil. And this is obviously just going to do massive damage, again, because you also got the minus 78% defense on superclass enemies. Which means they're doing even more damage regardless of them having type advantage right now. And the fact that they also support, as I said, all allies with 50% defense and key +4 is also huge. 50% defense on top of any unit's kind of base defense is massive. That's a huge boost. But this unit, as I said, it can easily be run on main rotation. You know, as I said, you just run him with that EZA 7. That EZA 17 can more than hold his own. If you haven't seen it already, go check out the video from yesterday. As I said, using him in ESBR, he was phenomenal. Even in slot 1, before he supers and raises his attack and defense, he was tanking incredibly well on basics. Took a little bit of extra damage on super, obviously. You know, ESBR does do a lot of damage. Even in slot 1, he tanked incredibly well. And then once he supers, he's good, man. He's good to go. So, I mean, yeah, definitely go EZA him. And then, as I said, you can easily run him on main rotation with the LR androids. So, I mean, honestly, I generally think he's probably one of my favorite EZAs in the game. That's how good he is. I'm actually so impressed with him. Yeah, it's also a very good rotation to run. As I said, not only is that EZA 17 just phenomenal in ESBR and just a great EZA anyway, you know, you're going to be having that superclass enemies minus 78% defense anyway. They're going to do extra damage. Everyone on the team's going to do extra damage. That 17, even though he doesn't actually need it, will get an extra defense plus 50%. And whoever's in the third slot will. Not only that, I mean, the key plus 4 as well. But again, you don't really need that because everyone's kind of fine for key. They'll be raising their attack and defense on 12 key, greatly raising their attack and defense on 18 key. They lower attack and defense on both 12 and 18. They can easily manage themselves on main rotation. You know, also getting that key plus 3 and attack plus 78% launches an additional attack, which has a medium chance of coming to super attack when facing superclass enemies as well, which is incredibly easy to come off because a lot of the enemies you face in the game, because there is so many, you know, Goku, Vegetas, Gohans, Trunks, the Z Fighter units, those ones, there's so many superclass enemies. So for the majority, whenever you end up probably using, you'll be facing superclass enemies 95% of the time anyway. But yeah, they honestly, I actually really like this rotation already, just because he's here. He's so good. And to be fair, this, again, as I said, they started out as probably one of the worst free-to-play units you could ever get. And now they are probably one of the best free-to-play units in the game on one of the best categories. Like, watch 7, to be fair, we do have an Android 8 active. But yeah, 100, just over 100k. We did have an 8 active, but just over 100k. And even though we are getting the additional attack and defense plus 25% from the EZA JL17, which has given them a little bit extra attack and defense, they will still be putting out crazy big numbers on super attack, even without the additional 25%. Their defense is okay. As I said, you mainly want that. That's why I said you mainly want them in slot 2 or slot 3, because you need them to super attack first, raise their attack and defense, or greatly raise on 18. So even without that AGL 17 there, they are still very good and able to handle themselves on main rotation. But I think ideally, like, if you like, as I said, we are going to be going into the androids only ESBR stage, because as I said, I want to do that as its own video because I need to still do it. I will be taking the free-to-play LR androids, but I would probably, if you're going to be running them on like a normal team, you bring them on, which, I mean, I don't have the most categories. You're more likely going to run them on androids, maybe siblings bond if you kind of went with like an android rotation or something, but more so android / Cell Saga or Target Goku, which, by the way, don't forget, the EZA AGL 17 can't be run on android / Cell Saga. He doesn't go in that category, so if you want to run them with him, androids and Target Goku is where you're going to be running them. Or Siblings Bond as well. I'm pretty sure he's on Siblings Bond, right? He is indeed. So they share 3 out of 4 categories. They share, well, no, actually they have 5, but they share 3 categories together. But, you know, if you're running them on androids, if you run them on Target Goku, I would probably run them in the 3rd slot just so you can make the most out of them. But as I said, this is easily showing you they are more than capable of handling themselves on main rotation. They are doing really well right now. I'm going to pop another Icarus just in case because of 13. But they are doing amazing. As I said, even without the extra attack and defense plus 25% from the EZA AGL 17, they will still be putting out over 5 million attack stat. They will still have, as I said, their defense isn't the best until once they've super attacked. But they will still have moderate defense. Like, their defense isn't the greatest, but they will have okay defense, and I'll have some decent defense after they super attack. So there is that. But damn, man, these EZAs have been pretty good. And again, as I said, the Androids category just stay winning. The Androids category honestly just stays winning. So many buffs, so many additions over the last few months. Even the free-to-play Hachan in 17 was a pretty good free-to-play unit. That doesn't even have an EZA yet. So once they get an EZA, I think they're going to be a great free-to-play unit. They already are a great free-to-play unit. But an EZA, whenever that's going to come, because eventually, obviously, it will. Eventually, a unit in a game will always get an EZA sooner or later. He is a very good unit, or they are a very good unit. You have the EZA 16, who I think's amazing. Yes, his damage isn't, you know, amazing. But defensively, I'm not even going to bother with the Dokkan attack. Defensively, on an Android category team, absolutely sensational. The EZA 21 is really good. Of course, you have the new huge addition of the Dokkan Fest androids, who I've said for absolute months, one of the best TURs in the game. They're insane. You have the 19 and Giro, who's an amazing side banner unit, also supports androids category. You know, both them units have the Nullify Key Blast supers. You're constantly regenerating HP on super of 19 and 20, and when you Nullify Key Blast supers as well. And then you have these EZAs with the AGL 17, the Hellfighter 17, the LR free-to-play androids as EZA. They're also amazing. I can't speak highly enough of this EZA Android 17. Such a good EZA, honestly. And yeah, as I said, the free-to-play androids as well. Amazing. Absolutely sensational EZA. And the Hellfighter one's really good as well. But I definitely, as I said in yesterday's video, I definitely have to say I do prefer the AGL 17's EZA over the Hellfighter 17. But they are both very good regardless. But yeah, I know we went into against super strength where we have type advantage. You're going to be doing a lot of damage. The enemies still do a lot of damage back to you. So I still think that is a fair judgment. They are a very good EZA. As I said, they can easily handle themselves on main rotation, as you can see, especially in slot. I say especially. In slot 2, you don't want them in slot 1. Definitely in slot 2, so you can raise your attack and defense on 12 or greatly raise your attack and defense on 18, which you'll probably never struggle to get them on their 18 key, which is great, which means every single time you're at least greatly raising your attack and defense for the turn by 50%. And if you get any additionals off, you'll also be raising your attack and defense by 30% as well. And not only that, you have a chance of a medium chance of additional attack becoming a super attack when facing superclass enemies, which a lot of the enemies in the game actually are. So potentially, if RNG's on your side, you'll be 18 keying once, then you'll super attack 2 more times, greatly raising your attack and defense by 50%, then 30% after that, which means their defense, they're good to go. And as I said already, that superclass enemies minus defense 78% is huge for ESBR to, you know, kill off enemies quickly. So yeah, I really like the EZAs that have come out recently. I really do. They can easily handle themselves. As I said, ideally, I think the third slot would be their best place, because not only you get to super attack first, but then you'll be supporting both rotations with the key +4 and defense +50%. And yeah, but they are a very good unit. As I said, Androids category has had a major buff. Can't wait to give the Androids category ESBR stage another go and actually complete it, because these EZAs are going to probably make it a walk. But I'll see you next video, guys. And peace.